Hello my boys, good morning. So as you well know, yesterday we had a stream regarding the new Path of Exile 2 patch. And I made a list here regarding all the essential points that were addressed. So enough talking, let's get started. They added new Lost Tower layouts. We have more diversity now so you don't get bored. In case you don't know what are those, very simple. When you open here the map layout, are these ones, yeah? Yeah, maps are more rewarding. We have better monster density in this regard. So some maps had parts of the map where you were just walking without encountering monsters. Now they fixed that for those big maps. We have a new tablet that adds bosses. And also they discussed that you will find bosses more often. You see, you have patches of areas where you don't find enough bosses. Now you'll find they initially planned that 1 in 4 maps should have a boss. And because some maps cannot spawn bosses, that was not the case. So they fixed that, and now we also have tablets. Maps with bosses are more rewarding. Yeah. So I like this change a lot. Strongbox buff. I'm expecting this to be a big buff. They also discussed it during the stream digest. They explained that they did the most changes they did to strongboxes. But you know, the enemies would spawn slow, it would take a lot of time, and the rewards were trash. And now they said that they changed all of that. I'm very curious. I also do a test regarding this issue. Now they enhance visibility of effects inside the maps, so we have less ground clutter. This applies to various spells. And you know, even when you kill certain monsters, will have some on-death effects. Now you can see them better. That's basically it. Increase the world map zoom. The world map is this thing here. As you know, there is a bug currently. If you zoom out and you close, you can zoom it farther away the next time you see it again. Yeah, this was a thing that everyone was using, and because of that, they just increased the world map zoom, so people don't have to use this bug anyway. And you can now see the biome for each map, which is big. Yeah, in my opinion, it's a nice quality of life. You see, this has grass, for example, but you cannot see it. Now, when you will hover with the mouse, it will tell you that it's a grass biome. Why is this important? Well, if you go here, especially for this node, local knowledge, you get certain bonuses depending on the biome that you're in. This is one of the things, and I like it because now I know if I want more basic currency, I know that I need the swamp and water biome, and it will right under the map. I love this change. Now let's go back. You will now find omens 60% more often. This is big for ritual lovers. If you don't know, I'm a ritual lover. Yeah, I explained that ritual, it's one of my favorite content in Path of Exile 2. It's not like Breach where you get steady profit per map. Here it's more jackpot oriented. You might do 20 maps with ritual without getting anything, or you might do 3 maps and you get extremely rich. You make like 30, 40 divine ops with expensive things. Now this will affect the omen market. What this will mean that omens will drop in price. If they are more common, meaning more people get it, they will drop in price. And I don't like that, to be honest, but it is what it is. This will also help with crafting. Omens being more often means that will help people craft more. Yeah. Expedition find rarer bases more often. This implies, so from these guys here, if you want to craft with them, when you will reroll, you will find more rarer bases, you know, with special implicits and all stuff like that. This can help slightly. They plan to do more changes for the expedition in the future, but not now. Okay, so it's nothing big, just some rarer bases here and there. Citadels can now be seen from the fog of war. This is actually big. This is big and I love it because some of them you don't even notice them, yeah? So here is the fog of war, this is the thing, and you will see a light shining out. And you need that, you know that in that direction it's a citadel. This will also impact the prices of the fragments, like these ones. Yeah? This will drop in price, in my opinion. If everyone can see the citadels, they will naturally go in those directions because the fragments can be expensive. So this will lower in price. If you have them, please sell them now if you're hoarding them because they will lower in price pretty fast after the patch is deployed. Up to 6 respected for the arbiter rush also. Okay, so here you know you had just one chance, now you have multiple chances, and they said in the stream digest they are considering doing this for other pinnacle bosses if they are really hard. Arbiter of Ash had 2 phases where they were slightly harder than the rest, and that's why many people were failing them. Now if you have 6 attempts, it's good. But Jonathan Rogers actually mentioned that the more you progress in the skill tree for the Arbiter, the less attempts you have. Checkpoint response, I think he named them. So if you make a lot of difficulty for Arbiter of Ash, you will not have 6, maybe you will have 4 or 3. Yeah. But the first time when you start Arbiter of Ash, you will have 6. Maybe now we have 5. You allocate 2 more points, you have 4. I think it will work like this. More tries is better, especially for all the new players, Saki boys. Good thing. A lot of buffs for the unique items. This I love it, and I put here in quotes. This is great for power leveling. Now we have less bad modifiers on rare items appearing. This is for helps with crafting. So you don't have that light radius slam, you know, Thorns damage or all those crap. You will see them less often, which is good. Runes can now be changed. This is big, and I put here in the codes, take it as a buff for crafting, because it gives us flexibility. For example, if we lack resistances and we don't want to buy a new pair of items, we can just swap these runes here, which is pretty big. And it gets bigger because, as you can see, for the gloves I have two. So if you have items with multiple sockets, the corruption that adds one extra socket, in my opinion, will be most wanted. If you can swap these runes, this corruption to have more sockets on your items will be even more wanted, which is pretty good. I like this change. Take it as a form of deterministic crafting. Yeah. For example, if you lack resistance, you just put here a rune. You know, rune swapping, it's a form of crafting for now. For now. Okay, my boys, a lot of bosses and minions have been nerfed. Some of their special abilities deal way less damage. They explained that some bosses on certain abilities, they were one-shotting people. They were dealing much more damage than they wanted, they intended. And they fixed all of that. So now, it should be more casual, player-friendly, Saki boy-friendly, everything is nice. They have finally added item filters for console. I don't care about this because I don't have a console, but I know a lot of people that were complaining that they cannot play the game without a loot filter, which I agree. This is a great addition. They need some love also. Charms, quality of life. Yeah, now you can see their charges and their effect being triggered. The charges, you will see them here, a number, and their effect will be at the top of the buff bar. Yeah, everything is sexy, everything is nice. Armor has been buffed, which this I like because I'm playing a build that I really enjoy here. And the armor is slightly better, but don't expect miracles here. It's like they explain in the stream digest, it's like 15%. Buff. It's still something, you know, it's better than nothing. And they also explain, which this is big, that in Path of Exile 2, the armor formula, it's not the same as in Path of Exile 1. So in Path of Exile 1, armor is great at mitigating damage from smaller hits, but less effective at bigger hits. And they explain that in Path of Exile 2, it's not quite the same. And they also did a lot of other little fixes. They will be released in the patch notes. I'm assuming that the patch notes will be a sausage of text with a lot of changes. I'm also expecting certain skill gems tweaks, you know, like little buffs there, little nerfs there. I'm expecting this to be in the patch notes, else I will be pretty upset. In the stream, Citadel spawns purely of RNG. Jonathan Rogers was laughing at the conspiracy theories regarding Citadel spawns. You know, there were videos everywhere explaining, you know, they were opening the map layout here, and they will say, if you see this trees here in this position, if you see this rock here, meaning that you will soon encounter a citadel. If you see water here, means that a citadel is close nearby. And they explain that it's purely RNG where it spawns. Yeah, and they added those colors now, those lights, that you can see the citadels better. So they confirmed that this was a conspiracy. It was not the case, and they started laughing. Yeah, so yeah, because a lot of people talked about this crap, man. Not PoE guy, of course. I don't talk crap here. This will not be a big nerf patch. There will still be tweaks, but nothing major. So I put it here that you know that this patch should not be seen as a major patch because it's important for our next points. We will have economy resets during early access. This will upset a lot of people. Economy resets means that you will not lose your characters. They will get migrated somewhere where you can still access and play. But if you want to play the latest patch, you will need to level up a new character from scratch. And a lot of casual players that don't have a lot of time, they will start raging, but it's all for the best. Because we had some hacking and some exploits, like some duping, and the market got flooded, and you know, it's not fair, let's put it like this, to compete with players that have a lot of currency from hacking or duping or abusing or exploiting or using overpowered builds, because we have in the game at the moment a lot of overpowered builds, and I'm not enjoying. You know, they're killing Arbiter of Ash in 1 to 2 seconds with little investment. So I have no problem if you're killing Arbiter of Ash and you invested 1-2 millions of Calandra, fine, you worked for that, heads off. But if you're killing the Arbiter of Ash on 20 Divine or 10 Divines in 3 seconds, I'm getting mad. PoE guy gets pissed, it's not fair towards everyone else. So I'm glad they will do economy resets during early access. They explain they will do these resets only on major patches. This is not a major patch. Major patches includes like when they will release the rest of the campaign acts, when they will release multiple classes and ascendancy points, when they will release a lot of new support skills or new skill gems. Those will be major patches, and they will do an economy reset during the early access. When the game is still in early access phase, they will do these resets. They fixed the security breach, accounts will no longer get compromised, they took all the blame for this. Okay, so you know, some of the guys that were playing Path of Exile 2 got hacked and lost everything, and they took all the blame for this, and there's an ongoing investigation regarding this issue. The main idea is that you're safe now. Accounts will no longer get compromised. Man, someone is ruining my video for 60 exaltidos. You know what? I'm gonna do it fast and I will cut the video. Come on, boy, take your crap ring. He's the Lord of the Rings, his friend with Gollum. Now we have point number 12, Magic Find is fine. They used in Path of Exile 2 the same Magic Find formula as they used in Path of Exile 1 on the first releases. They will look into the rarity affecting currency part. So this is the part that will be under investigation. The rest, in their opinion, is fine. So they will not do any further tweaks. Rarity is fine. I also explained that it's you don't need 300, you don't need 400. This was some exaggerations from the community. You know, rarity is welcomed. If you have around 100, it's more than fine. The thing that I personally don't like here, that rarity affects currency. You know, this I don't like it, and they should remove it, in my opinion, and everyone will be happy. Everyone will be happy. They are considering adding +1 charm slots nodes on the passive tree and other sources. Yeah, they were discussing the fact that it's still pretty hard to get more charm slots. Even PoE guy has just 1 charm slot, and they said, PoE guy has just 1 slot, we need to fix it. And that's why they explained they are considering adding here on the passive tree some nodes that give you extra charm slots or other sources for this. And Gazi brought up a good point actually. He explained that there are some unique belts that by default don't give you extra charm slots, and it's not fair. You know, you put an unique, you're bound to have only 1. That's why they started thinking and say, okay, we will add it on the skill tree, so you have more charm slots, which is pretty sexy, pretty nice. You know what they say? Now, they will stick to the 1 portal rule for mapping. For some Pinnacle bosses, they are experimenting with multiple tries, but not for general mapping. Basically, you still have 1 try per map, and you should play carefully. That's what's intended. They don't want to change this system. For now. I think even in the future, by their looks. But for hard Pinnacle bosses like Arbiter of Ashen, I will have multiple attempts, which is good. Okay, they don't intend to allow players to respec ascendancies anytime soon. A lot of guys will start getting upset here, maybe me included, because you know what, it sucks. For example, I want to try Titan. I'm on a Warbringer. What I will do here? I will level up a new warrior just to try a Titan? No, I have a gut feeling. My gut feeling always works. When they will release all the classes, all the ascendancies, you know, we'll have 3 ascendancies that we can swap. That's the point they will do the ascendancy swap. Because they will realize at that moment people don't want to level up a new class just to send the ascendancy. So when they will do that major patch where they release all the classes, all the ascendancies, that's the point they will let you spec the ascendancies. Until then, you cannot swap ascendancy, and it sucks. So I'm done, my boys. Here you have the entire Path of Exile 2 patch 0.11 and Stream Digest. Man, these are a lot of words in one place. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck.